The child sex offender and prison escaper, Phillip John Smith, has been back in court for another legal fight as he pushes to be interviewed by a journalist. Last year, Corrections rejected Stuff's request to interview Smith, but the High Court told them to review it. Corrections appealed that at the Court of Appeal today. Our reporter Jonathan Mitchell was there.
John Smith is serving a life sentence for murdering the father of a boy he was sexually abusing. He escaped to Brazil in 2014 while on day release and was recaptured 6 days later when he was found in a hostel. His desire to be interviewed by Stuff went to the Court of Appeal today. Corrections lawyer Austin Powell told the court appropriate steps were taken when Corrections rejected Stuff's request.
In my submission, the impact of the proposed interview on the victims of the offence clearly is a relevant consideration.
He said requests to interview inmates were becoming more common for prisons to manage.
Requests under Rules 108 and 109 to interview prisoners are becoming a more common feature of prison administration. In some instances, of course, this can be dismissed as prurient curiosity or perhaps morbid fascination with what occurs behind the prison walls. But clearly, in other cases, there may be an important issue that needs to be explored.
Phillip John Smith represented himself via video link from prison. He told the 3 judges hearing the case the High Court decision appropriately balanced his freedom to speak versus the rights of his victims.
Her Honour did perform a balancing test, and Her Honour did show concern to upholding the rights of the victims here and the distress that the interview would cause on them.
In 2015, high-profile inmate Arthur Taylor won an appeal to do an interview with TVNZ that was produced and reported a year later. It's the latest court case in a string of litigation involving Smith. In October, he failed to overturn his conviction for escaping to Brazil. He had argued Brazilian authorities did not follow due process in deporting him, and New Zealand authorities failed to question that. However, the Court of Appeal ruled Smith failed to prove there was any abuse of process that would justify overturning his conviction. The Court of Appeal reserved its decision in today's matter. For Checkpoint, called Jonathan Mitchell.